the School of Life, Times Confessions of a Black Girl. And today I am sitting by the river water. Not river water, but it's like a little man-made pond, I suppose. I was sun gazing and meditating. Well, not really sun gazing because my expert is there. I just, try to look up a little bit. But today I wanted to talk about things that you should be preparing yourself for spiritually, emotionally, and physically. The world is about to change as we know it, and a lot of people don't want to prepare themselves for this change. A lot of people don't want to accept this change, and the truth about the change is that it's inevitable. Either it's going to go in a way that harms us all and benefits the people or the few that's running things, or the powers that may be, and there's another way that we could go that could benefit us all. But it starts with you. It starts with you really connecting to your spirituality, connecting to yourself, reconnecting to your ancestors, reconnecting to the things that make you a person, that make you feel alive. A lot of us are dead living in this capitalistic system, being forced to abide by the matrix and, live a life that we could live to the best of our abilities. And we've been living in this cycle for a couple of lifetimes. I like to say that, this year is really the year to start thinking about how do you personally want to end this perpetual cycle of pain. How do you personally want to, change the narrative for the future? Because a lot of us are stuck. A lot of us are still thinking that financial gains and success means, I have a viable life. No, it's not. Money means shit. Most of your kids aren't going to know how to survive. You think teaching your child how to go and get money is a growth mindset. Like, y'all think that, doing Forex and I say Forex because there's so many people that be on my ass about this Forex shit. Like, why are you trading currency if the American dollar is about to lose value? The American dollar has lost its value a long ass time ago, but because had to change locations real quick. My energy was being fucked with. But back to what I was saying. A lot of us are trapped in this money-making mindset, the slave mentality, and if you're unfamiliar with it, here goes the rundown, the gist, the breakdown. So our mindsets literally have been birthed through slavery. Slavery is literally the reason why you think the way that you do now. Slavery is the reason why you're depressed. Slavery is the reason why you have anxiety and you don't know why. Slavery is the reason why they keep giving you pills to drug you up, because they want you to ignore what you truly feel. Your core, your center chakra, your heart chakra, all this shit right here don't be feeling right. And when all of this don't feel right, that's when your body starts becoming like a meat trap. But backtracking, being a slave, they basically killed all the strong-minded folks, or the strong-minded folks killed themselves. So that left all these intelligent but timid individuals. So we live in a society today where we have highly intelligent, timid individuals, and then we have very ferocious, angry, not as intelligent individuals. And I say that with saying that the not so intelligent individuals are just ignorant. And it's okay to be ignorant because they withhold a lot of information from us here. A lot of us grow up ignorant. A lot of us don't ever see past our ignorance. But the truth of it is, being conscious and being a person of color in this position, in this country, really alters how you view yourself and view everything else. Like, it's not about race. It was never about race. They've been enslaving people. Africans been enslaving people. Indians been enslaving. Everybody has enslaved people. It is not just white people. So we need to get that narrative out of our head that we just need to hate white people. We should be suspicious of white people. Look, you gonna die at this point. You keep on. It was an ant. I don't like when things be crawling on me. I'm probably just gonna walk into it. I feel like I should be moving. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so like when you look at the way that they murdered off a lot of the protectors and the guides, they murdered off a lot of people who had, you know, deep will and deep rooted connection to where they used to come from. They did that to disconnect us. We're disconnected from the land. We're disconnected from our ancestors. We are disconnected from everything that makes us human and makes us, you know, able to really be alive and productive in this realm. Because the truth of us being here, we are not meant to work and die. We're literally meant to enjoy our lives. And that's why oftentimes you hear a lot of people say, you know, you create your personal hell. Well, all of us collectively thinking the same have made this plain hell through slavery. People, you know, sat there and tried to make the best out of the situation instead of, you know, continuing to escape, continue to keep trying. They tell you about Harriet Tubman and all that, but you don't really understand that most of that stuff was pushed agenda. Like, why the fuck do you think they only tell you about selective African Americans? And why do you think they push so hard for you to call yourself an African American? The truth is, you are a person of color. You're an American. You're an Aboriginal with the mindset and the thought processes of a slave. You are a slave to a capitalistic system. So with capitalism in the jail, they claim they signed the what the fuck the document's called, the Emancipation Declaration. I don't know. Look, the one that they said that Abraham Lincoln signed that supposedly freed the slaves, but y'all niggas still celebrate Juneteenth because, you know, they didn't find out until fucking June 15th or whatever the fuck, June 19th, whatever the day is. I'm not that big on holidays, so if you're gonna, you know, crucify me for not knowing dates to bullshit as holidays, this might not be the video for you. Continuing with that, people done got too caught up in them giving us shit, and I'm like, I've been feeling this type of way since I was fucking young. Like, I never really gave a fuck about Martin Luther King. I never really gave a fuck about that nigga because he didn't really do shit. Everybody's like, you know, he was the martyr, he was this, he was that. But what did Dr. Martin Luther King change? Because he didn't even alter niggas' mindsets. And that's the most important thing. If you can't change a nigga mindset, how you gonna change a nigga actions? You know? And that's why people put everybody in this trap, in this belief that you are supposed to be in charge of your mindset. You're supposed to have a growth mindset. You're supposed to go get paper, this, that, and third. But all of this shit, you know, is thrown at you on top of the only thing you know how to fucking do is work, be told what to do, and listen. And you have volatile emotions, which is why a lot of black people typically turn to drugs, alcoholism, which is why they typically showcase how violent these black families are. They talk about, you know, getting their kids taken away and stuff, and it's literally because people are not self-aware. They don't have the emotional intelligence that they need to be, you know, considered a true adult. And the reality of the situation is, a lot of us in this plane, even though we are in adult bodies, are fucking children. And that goes back to slavery. They never gave us the opportunity to mature. They never gave us the opportunity to be a real person, a real adult. They never gave us the opportunity to make choices and decisions for ourselves. And that goes back into capitalism. Jail systems are literally a place where they send people to make a profit. They do not care about you when you go to jail. That's why they make you go to jail for the dumbest of shits. You could go to jail if you don't pay X, Y, and Z. And the fact of the matter is that they make you poor so that they can charge you for being poor so that they can put you in jail. I'm going to say that again. They make you poor so they can charge you for being poor so they can put you in jail. They are not losing any money. Okay, they're gaining money. You are a free person, right? But your body and everything else belong to your family, to yourself. Now it belongs to a jail system. Your mind now belongs to that jail system. Your labor now belongs to that jail system. It's fucking slavery and matching outfits with the bare minimum. Because, you know, in order to keep anything alive, you have to feed it. They feed you bullshit, give you somewhere to lay. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that much different from the slave quarters. They just put everybody in one motherfucking big ass plantation house. Y'all niggas don't even look at the fucking prisons. Them shits look like fat ass plantations. They figured out how to elevate that shit on us. And like, going back into capitalism, they literally use police officers to drag people to these plantation houses where we know niggas is getting mistreated, where we know niggas is not seeing doctors, where we know niggas is losing their minds, where we know niggas is committing atrocities against each other. Talking about, you know, niggas who go to jail is just this X, Y, and Z. Like, they talking shit about them, but they don't even realize that these are the type of people that really be having the shit that we need to change the world. And people who go to jail be having them spiritual awakenings, because that's where you hit rock bottom, and that's where it makes or break you. That's why I hate when, you know, they talk about you got a felon, you this, that, and the third, you can't do X, Y, and Z job. They try to keep those type of people from connecting with the people that they need to. And that's another thing. We still gotta have our fucking papers. We're still slaves. The fuck? A social security card, a birth certificate, just to have proof that you were even fucking born. You have to have that shit on paper. Nigga, like, I'm standing right here. You standing wherever the fuck you standing, to sit in the lane wherever the fuck you laying, and like, you gotta have a sheet of paper with your name on it and a tracking number. A fucking tracking number. Think about that shit, please. You know? And this is the mindset that we have to get rid of. Like, this is the mindset that we have to change. If we want to be anything else, if we want to propel ourselves into the future, you have to identify this shit within yourself. I know some people probably stopped watching already, and if you're still watching, congratulations. Congratulations. I hope you had your spiritual awakening, or I hope you're about to have it soon, because baby, it's time to wake the fuck up. Period. We are fucking aboriginals, okay? This land belongs to us, okay? They want to tell us that they own this shit. They want to tell us that we need papers and shit. They want to tell us that money means shit, but the dollar, like I was saying earlier, don't mean shit, dog. And to close out on all of that, I need you to go outside, spend some time with the motherfucking trees. Because if we closest to anything, we closest to these motherfucking trees. These are our fucking ancestors, our fucking guides, okay? Get with the fucking program, okay? This concrete jungle everybody want to go stay in, these high-rise ass buildings, y'all don't even feel the anxiety you get in that shit because you either drugged up, alcoholed up, or Birkin bagged up. Like, nigga, y'all niggas care more about fucking clothes, weave, nails, skincare, and y'all not even using the proper shit for y'all skin. Like, I feel like if you can't eat the shit, don't put it on your face. Period. I don't give a fuck, because all chemicals and big pharma is doing is taking things in nature, concentrating them, adding an addictive additive to it so that you can continue to use it and may make the money off of it. Like, they literally set up everything to keep us addicted to it. The Matrix, again, breaking it down at the end of the video, and hopefully I finished breaking it down in the beginning. I don't know, that bitch cut off. But the Matrix is big pharma. It's, oh, I got a pimple, the healthcare system. You know, going to the doctor, going to the dentist, going to the OBGYN, going to the hospital. On top of that, it is also the education system, school, college, all of that shit. On top of that, it is the workforce that you're directly siphoned into after high school or after you graduate and shit. And on top of that, let's get into the case system that exists within this matrix. We learned about case systems when we were learning about other people's cultures, especially they want to bring that shit up in India. That's their favorite thing to talk about, other fucking countries. But our case system here literally is, you have the elites, which are people in the government. Above the elites is the oligarchy, as I like to call it, because it's not the fucking president doing all this shit. Up under the elites, you have celebrities, rich folk that don't do government jobs. Up under the celebrities and rich folk, you have middle and working class people. Those are the people that literally fuel the economy. They working 40, 50 hours a week, barely seeing their kids, but you know their kids are in all the activities. They live in a nice home. They probably driving BMWs and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's working class. Working class, middle class. And below working class, middle class is the people barely scraping the pot. Barely scraping the pot to be considered wealthy. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's living off of Section 8, living off of food stamps, living off of, you know, all the government assistance that they could get, because they literally either A, weren't educated enough to be able to provide for themselves, or B, just really didn't want to, because it's easier to get government assistance. And that's the number one thing about government assistance and all that shit. They sit here and they say, oh, it's your fault for being broke. Oh, it's your fault for being lazy, and you want to use the government assistance and all that. Oh, it's your fault, it's your fault. When the reality is, they put this shit in front of you like candy. All of this shit they put in front of you like candy because they want you to choose it. You gotta wake up. You gotta think. You gotta think. Get you some crystals. Get you some crystals. Protect your energy, okay? You gotta motherfucking think, okay? Shit gonna change in a blink. Just like that coronavirus came in and all y'all niggas was trapped in your house looking around stupid. Shit gonna change in a blink. But I'm Jane the Sage. This is all I have to share right now. Check in with me again for School of Life. And stay protected, period.